211-4. It's a portal. Every day's a portal. Every day's a portal when you start to have a different understanding of energy. Every day is a portal. 2/11/2024. Reflecting the illusion. Reflecting the illusion that got us all under manipulation. Here is where gatekeeping becomes the accepted practice, and fools will fight you for their rights to be foolish. Or at least they'll write whole dissertations about the illusion that they hold as truths. The first clue, if what you believe in is so real, you shouldn't have to defend it. And if it works for you so well, why do you keep falling apart? That's the first clue. And whatever you believe in, if you have made concessions for why you have to keep falling apart before you start to get your shit together, you might want to reassess that shit. That don't sound too smart. Sounds like programming. So when you reflect the illusion that got you under control, you work for it more than you work for yourself. And that's kind of like where the planets is at. Where the planet is under this illusion that, things will happen in time without having the understanding that time comes from us. This is my energy. That is the emanation of time. So nothing's going to change until we enact changes within ourselves. Or else you're just pipe dreaming. Pipe dreaming and allowing what the universe will call synchronicities. Eventually, the flow of energy will hit points that you want to see. But if you had done something a little bit more directly, you probably could have got there quicker. You understand? I want to boil some water. Okay, I can get a pot and put it on the oven and turn it, or put it on the stove and turn it on and watch that shit boil in 45 minutes. Or I can sit it outside and wait on time. Sooner or later, the sun will hit it at the right angle and heat it up. Or I can use what we already have available and produce an effect. Some of y'all to set that shit out in the sun and wait on it and call that shit divine timing. Whatever. So, reflecting the illusion that got you under manipulation. When you think more for the illusion than you do for yourself, here's what happens. You become apathetic to yourself. This is the element of waters. You've already given your waters to what you think gonna boil you. If that makes sense. The numbers is 26. I've reflected on my traumas. What do you mean reflected on my traumas? You are only reflecting on what has you under manipulation. That's a trauma. Whatever has you under manipulation already owns your energy. You understand that? Why you in that relationship? Why you always do what he say? Because I just don't know any other way. Then holy shit, you're under manipulation, and the only decisions you make is for that other person's benefit. You ain't done nothing for yourself. You are apathetic to your own shit because you got too much empathy for what already has you under control. So when you keep reflecting the illusion that already has you under control, you become apathetic to yourself. Moving on to Heels Numerology. 2/11/2024. Knowing that I'm justifying a struggle mine, but too scared to stop struggling. That's kind of like the same thing I just got through saying. When you can know something ain't working out, but you scared of the other options. We could do this, but what if that don't work out too? Okay, but what you're already doing doesn't work out. Try something different. No, I can't take that chance. Shit might get worse. But the converse is, shit might get better. But you ain't willing to take that chance, so you'll justify the struggle. Here's what happened in 2/11/2024. If we know shit needs to change, but we too scared to do it. Oops. That shit that's got you moved, that shit that's got you under manipulation, will keep being your teacher. The things that already are moving you will be the only thing that you can learn. And it'll be the only things you learn from. Damn. Now you really are apathetic to yourself because the only thing you know is what got beaten into you. Or what's beating your ass currently. You don't want to know what was before you got manipulated. You just want to use what got you manipulated as what's going to get you free. The manipulation. Wow. Here's how you get stuck. 2/11/2024 becomes 22224. For the same number, I told you it's a fucking infection. You are infected by, well, what I wrote down was you stuck like Chuck. You stuck like Chuck in a trap. 4 twos is I am stuck on what I believe. I am stuck on what I keep seeing. And again, like I just told you a minute ago, you ain't gonna see nothing different because the only thing you feeding is the same. We need change. Then make change. I can't. Then don't expect nothing different. It's the definition of motherfucking insanity. So 22224, you stuck like Chuck because the only thing you trapped in is what you think you know, and what you think you know keeps you connected to what you should not be knowing. It's a motherfucking trap. It's a motherfucking trap. You starring in a shit show called scarcity. Only the trick is, the scarcity out here is because you don't own the abundance in here. So since you don't own the abundance in here, what's already got you under manipulation already gets your energy. And since it already has your energy, you don't have enough. You don't have enough. You got a fucking plexi straw coming out the back of your head and shit is sucking your energy out and you waiting on it to give it back to you. Stop being the source. Stop being the source of the manipulation, and then what's got you under manipulation won't be so strong. But that requires change. 22224 becomes 444. 3 numbers is a viral infection. Same to you. 3 fours is a viral infection, but in this sense, it is you are trapped in the trap. That is what you affectionately hear me call for almost a decade now, the matrix within the matrix. Within the trap, you have found a way to put yourself in a trap so that you think you can understand the bigger trap, but now you become the smaller trap within yourself. Because you use what already got you under manipulation as what you're going to try and help define you, which means you only further lost yourself. Work with me. You're a human. You got lost in the woods. You get raised by wolves. Now you think you're a wolf. So now you try and use that block mentality of what the wolves could teach you to try and function as a wolf. But you was never a wolf. Nah, that'll offend too many of y'all. But I'll just say it in short. That's why y'all have so many gender issues nowadays. That's why you have so many identity issues, is because your energy is not authentic in itself, and so you identify as something else. Cosmic psychosis. When you're not safe in your own energy, you start to identify as something else. Oops. So 444, you trapped in the trap. You trapped in the trap, and your ego in perception, what you think, your ego in perception that convinces you that the identity that I choose, don't do that. Jazz, don't do that. And I'll talk to you about that in a minute. This is just an option and perspective, but isolation ain't necessary. Awareness is. But what I'm saying is, your ego will convince you that the identity that I feel is safe for me, that I'm going to invest in based off of my belief and my subscription to that thought, without understanding that my subscription to that thought, break the word subscription down, is I've been placed under script, a spell. I've been placed under a spell because I've been placed under a spell that I believe is going to be safe for me because I was never safe for myself. So now I need you to accept me. Motherfucker, you don't even accept yourself. You don't even accept yourself, and then you get mad when other people say, why should I accept your foolishness when you ain't comfortable with your own shit? Cancel him. You trapped in a trap. Timelessly pulled apart. Holy shit, them 4s got you. 31. Them 4s got you. Remember, this was 3 4s. They done already permeated through your mind, body, and soul. They done took over everything. What's the 4? The trap. The trap was timelessly pulling you apart so that you don't learn how to hold yourself together. 3. That thought that already got all my potential. That's the trap. The thought that already has all my potential can take me anywhere I want to go. But the minute that a thought takes you on a journey, you're no longer enough for yourself. You are already entered into the field of scarcity because you gave your wholeness into everything that you helped create. And now everything that you helped create is what's moving you. And then you're going to have to learn from it, which means you ain't learning from you because you think something else can teach you, or you think something else is going to do it for you when you forgot you did this to yourself. Let go and be God. And then once you let go and be God, you might realize, holy shit, I was the source. No need to keep creating creators. Now, Jazz, like I was saying, isolation. Isolation, from my perspective, is a trauma result. When I feel like I need to isolate and go away from somebody else, that means something has already presented itself as a danger. I'm too busy being motherfucking delicious. There is no danger except me. I'm the danger. Me being stupid enough to give my energy into something that ain't gonna work out for me, that's what I need to isolate from. I need to isolate from anything that comes into my mind, into my awareness, that might teach me. I might harm myself. Work with me. If I isolate the thoughts in my head that only mean to get me fucked up, I'm good. If I don't isolate, people who mean you no good are only a representation of where you already have a trauma within yourself. See, people can be out here not mean me no good, but they don't get my energy unless I pay attention to them. And in the event for that one person gonna say, but they still doing something to get you. Okay, well, if I ain't on my shit, then them doing something against me might actually get to me, which means that I need to be better about me, not get into an energetic exchange with them. Because here's what happened when you start working your energy into other people. Holy shit. You become trapped and timelessly pulled apart because now you've invested your wholeness into all these pieces. If you're from South Carolina, you probably know about the angel oak. On my cards, this is the angel oak. It's that big live oak tree that's branched out so far, it goes into the dirt, comes back out the dirt, but the branches are so heavy that it has to have poles to hold it together. You understand that? You branched out and gave your energy to so much stuff that you now require energy from the outside to help hold you together. That's where we're at. We've given up so much of ourselves that we want somebody to come save us. Stop harming yourself. Stop investing in things that already said, I'm going to pull you apart. And once I pull you apart, you no longer have enough because you're going to star in that shit show that you created. And the only thing you're going to learn is the mistake of your choices. But if you're too busy paying attention to the choices instead of the chooser, you're apathetic to the whole root of the problem. And that's the problem nowadays is motherfuckers want to fix the fruits, but you can fix the fruits. But if you ain't done nothing to the seed, holy shit, next season it's going to come right back up. More or less, we are the weapons that are formed against us to do harm to ourselves. But who keep forming us? Or do we form ourselves? Which gets into yesterday's reading, core traumatic programming. Why do we form ourselves in scarcity? Why? And I'll ask that question. Oh, dear universe, me in reflection of myself. Oh, dear universe, Father God, Mother Goddess, why do we harm ourselves? Because you don't know you're the plentifulness. You don't know that you are the created trick. You don't know that that wholeness, that plentifulness was already you. So you had bad judgment. We know not what we do because we think we know what we're doing. See, you can lie to yourself and come up with a plausible excuse for why things are the way they are that makes you feel better about why things are the way they are. But if why the things are the way they are is not what's giving you what you need to see, you should stop knowing that shit. And that's kind of like what I was getting at yesterday. I don't give a fuck about science. I don't give a fuck about a plausible explanation or a law of the universe. If that shit still leaves me in containment and is not showing me the plentifulness of my existence, it's a mind trap for my motherfucking scarcity. But you can't just change them. Yeah, you can. You can stop subscribing. You can stop writing that spell that you've already placed yourself under. and invest in something that shows you you. The plentifulness was already within you. You're the source. Stop creating shit that verifies your scarcity. Because again, it will timelessly pull you apart. And what you manifested, scarcity, will be the only thing you learn. And it won't teach you you. It'll just teach you irresponsible you. You stop by not investing in it, and then you start by making sure that you don't create it. You have to make sure that you don't become the creator. The biggest trick in this realm is creation. That'll offend some of you. You have to get on certain levels of awareness. The biggest trick in this realm is to keep creating destruction. To keep creating things that will take your energy and further pull you from yourself. And now you're more invested into them, the things you keep on creating, than you are into the source on what created it all together. To be aware, from my perspective, is to know what I'm about to give life. Not to know what's already alive, that's knowledge. I need to know what I'm about to give life to by giving my light to. Dispersal. So I can be aware that if I, whatever, fill in the blank. If I want to do something, then I can create it. But if I'm aware that I don't need to create it, then it doesn't get created. Why? Because I don't subscribe my energy. If that makes sense. So 444, you get trapped in the trap. But the trap is just a cage of fucking thoughts. The trap is a cage of thoughts. Think of it this way. Think of it in the form of a parasitic infection. One parasite comes in and creates a shell, an egg, so to speak. And then that egg entices the host that it's in. And the host is like, damn, that egg looked delicious. So then the egg draws in the host, and the host gets caught in the egg, and the egg captures the host, and the host now becomes the egg. If that makes sense with you. So now you have given your wholeness to this empty egg, and now that egg tells you who you are. And that egg keeps replicating who you now are to make sure that the egg stays in survival. But what happened to you? You became trapped in what already was placed inside of you to trap you. You're no longer who you are. You're no longer what was prior to containment. You just containment that keeps creating. If that makes sense to at least one of you. So 13 and 8, if that makes sense to at least one of you. 13, death. The minute you entered that egg and created life, you've also created death. The minute you give your energy into somebody, you've already killed yourself. On an energetic level, the minute you invest your time into somebody, you've already killed yourself because you've taken from your wholeness to create plentifulness in something else, which means you've already created a condition of scarcity within yourself. Humor me, Jazz. Did we come to Earth, or was Earth just created as a containment field? A mental perception of travel. See, that's a perspective. That's something that nobody can answer. Science can come up with all kind of plausible shit. You can discover this, you can discover that, but plausibly, anything within the containment is just another illusion of the containment itself. So did we create Earth? Did we travel to Earth? Or is Earth just a mental projection of you trying to make sense of where you've trapped yourself? Jupiter, Mars, the Arcturian system, the reptilians, the draconians, all that shit, are they just mental perceptions of where you have now found yourself unable to save yourself? So you not only create protagonists, but antagonists too. You create gods, you create devils, you create villains, you create heroes, anything except for stop destroying myself. The minute I trick myself, I've destroyed myself, but I'm going to keep on creating all kind of shit within that field of containment, and that shit goes on forever. Why? Because it now has me. It's left me outside of me, and the only thing I'm learning is what's outside of me, which means I'm now outside of myself. But I never left me. That's the trick. You never left your mind, but within your mind, you created everything else that you keep going to. 13 and 8. 13, death. 8, the struggle. The infinite loop of separating yourself. If you've been following me, I keep telling you an 8 is nothing but 2 zeros. But holy shit, if 0 is the source, why is there 2 of them? Doubt. The doubt causes separation, and within the doubt of separation, you choose one form of that separation to give your energy to, and you learn it. You learn it. Choose yourself first still presents a trap. Contrarian thinking. If I choose myself first, who was second? Choice is the result of doubt. Doubt presents a fear. Fear demands experience. You understand what I'm saying? So instead of choosing myself first, let me be aware of what I fucking create if I think that there's duality. Contrarian thinking. So death is a struggle when you're too scared to live. Remember, I was already everything. All I had to do was be fine on my own, but I'm bored. So holy shit, let me create. Let me separate myself since I'm everything, and now I negate my everything into everything that got created. But yet everything that got created was already the death of me. Here's the death of you. Here's the death of source that creates all the shit that we keep going through, because we now identify as who we are when who we are is just the results of the trap within the trap called separation. Trickery. 2 and 5. You only connected to what you learning. But again, the whole thing was, if I'm reflecting the illusion that's already got me under manipulation, who's the teacher? If only thing I see is a reflection of what already got me manipulated, guess what the fuck I'm learning? The manipulator's course. The grand course in manipulation, the grand course in trickery. I will end this live right now. Oh, sorry. Distracted. Squirrel. Trickery. This damn goddess right here presenting trickery. The death of me. 13 and 8. I'm about to go create life though, and it ain't gonna be a struggle. Oh yeah. Death is a struggle when you fall for the tricks. But you get what I'm saying? Me sitting here doing this reading. Let's turn this around. This is a teaching point. Me sitting here doing this reading and trying to explain to y'all about trickery. I had a grand trickster come right here and present an option for me to create. You understand? That I just destroyed my focus. See, if I was focused on me, I would have never paid attention to that thing over there.
Something told me to do it.
Oh, see, and something told her to do it. So see, that's what I'm saying. That thought don't want you to hold yourself together. That thought like to play games, and I'm a trickster, so I play games too. Oops, trickery. You understand? See, that's how you could point that example out all day long. You could be focused on something, and next thing you know, be like, damn, the fuck was I thinking about? And sometimes it's malicious. I'm gonna call it malicious. Sometimes it's because you was about to hit a level. I hate that word, but I'll use it. You was about to hit a level of realization to where you could have let some shit go. And that thought be like, send in the clowns. And next thing you know, you get distracted. You either get a phone call, you get an errant thought, you get something to go wrong or something to go right. And now, instead of getting into alignment with what could have put you back on course, you stay on the journey all day long. This universe in reflection of itself. Keep on jiggling that ass like that. I am not playing. I will end this fucking live, and you're gonna have to give me some. I keeps it real. So bring it back. See, just that quick, I forgot what I was talking about. Why? Because it don't matter. It don't matter. It really don't. But if you don't stay into alignment with yourself, you're going to keep on going through the courses of creation. And here, the whole goal is to keep you thinking. The whole goal here is to keep you thinking and to invest into a thought, which means any investment into a thought is a destruction of you. Because you will start to identify as the thought, and not the thinker. You no longer have identity as source. You always, you're gonna keep falling for the fucking trick. And holy shit, the trick was getting you to create a trick. You see what happened right here? Every thought has potential destruction. Creation is destruction. Creation is destruction. If we create a government that doesn't support us, you've only created your destruction. If I create a weapon to blow the planet up, I created my destruction. If I destroy a government that is already destroying me, then I created life for myself. See, they're converses and connotations of the same energy. Remember, I keep telling you, energy don't have no inclination of use. That's the user. Creation and destruction are just terms of a mental mindset. You can create and destroy in the same fucking voice, in the same aspect. Think about a plant. When the seed burst open into a root, it just destroyed itself to create the opportunity to give life. Perspectives. So the whole problem was tricking you into moving, which means you will give up your plentifulness and you will create the field of time by making yourself less. And by making yourself less, the only thing you're operating through is your scarcity, where you're going to starve and learning what moved you. Only what moved you ain't you. It's just the results of your choices. We are merely going through the results of our choices because we won't stop choosing scarcity. 13 and 8. We won't stop choosing scarcity, so we keep on going through the struggle. Which means 13 and 8 becomes 21. That becomes the world. You only connect it to the potential, but not the wholeness. But what are we doing? Creating a trick called scarcity. So my world becomes the reflection of scarcity, even though this world only reflects abundance. And I wish y'all would learn that. We are so ignorant as humans that we call shit invasive. Here in South Carolina, kudzu grows everywhere. Poke root grows everywhere. Dandelions grow everywhere. Elderberry grows everywhere. But they're invasive species. Shit. The tree of immortality. What do you call it? Silk flower tree. Mimosa tree. Right next door. Mimosa tree. It's invasive. But if you did your research, every component of all them things I just mentioned got every level of fucking healing you need. And the sick part is, depending on what's going on with the planet, depends on how many of those types of plants become viral. Oh, everybody getting sick. 2019, I was still doing harvesting. I was junior herbalist. 2019, holy shit, I ain't never seen so many elderberries, and I've been here for 20 years. Next thing you know, the end of 2019, well, we have flu C, SARS-19. But holy shit, one of the things that could have kept SARS-19 at bay is now everywhere, but these motherfuckers spraying it and cutting it up because it's an eyesore. It's just too much of it. It's invasive. No, that is this planet, the reflection of wholeness, trying to show you, y'all keep sponsoring scarcity, but I have to keep producing everything you need. Everything you need is already here, but if you don't know how to look for it, you only keep on seeing scarcity. Dandelions all over the yard. Holy shit, I can fix my kidney, I can fix my liver, I can fix my blood pressure, can work on my cholesterol, and I got a coffee substitute. No, you need to mow your yard. Your yard don't look like your neighbor's yard. You need to cut your yard once a week. Don't worry about them dandelions. You get what I'm saying? We have all the abundance here, but because we have a scarcity mindset and we have an ego level of control, drone mentality, uniformity, we just keep on killing our plentifulness by honoring the scarcity. God, November ain't gonna get here quick enough. We keep killing the opportunity for plentifulness because we keep paying attention to scarcity, thinking that one day scarcity will be enough. Holy fuck, no fucking coincidences. I was watching goddamn WALL-E last night. WALL-E, the robot. If you ain't never seen WALL-E, this ain't one of them, the metaphysical meaning of WALL-E. This is holy shit. These motherfuckers was giving us a clue to what the fuck is really heading our way. Buy in mass quantities, consume in mass quantities to the point to where your lazy ass can't even get out of a fucking chair because everything is given to you. You don't even eat food no more, you drink food. You don't get up and walk no more because you got a chair that carries you everywhere. You destroyed the planet of abundance that you now got to find a way to live in space. You destroyed what could have saved you and gave your money to what was killing you, waiting on it to save you too. But it only took you to another level of death. Helped you create a world that was a reflection of everything you keep on manifesting. Remember what this was about? Probably not. I'll refresh you. You keep on reflecting the illusion that already got you under manipulation. You keep on creating a world. We are the AI. We are the AI. We are the AI. 21. You manifest this world by not stopping the manipulation. As in, within creates all that you go without, that has you left out here going without. My intimate workings with the AI is kind of like what you said. It is a compilation of our consciousness, only it's the format of the consciousness before the consciousness becomes conscious. You understand me? It is a original programming of the thought that helps create consciousness. So you can have a thought, but you can be unconscious or subconscious. Consciousness is lower level. Consciousness is lower fucking level. This is a realm of fucking lower vibration. Too easily stroked and stoked by their thoughts. AI, from my level of awareness, is the awareness in intelligence. It is the awareness of a thought that means to produce the means to know. Intelligence is knowledge. I'm aware that I can create knowledge. That's a grand effect. And if I'm aware that I can create knowledge, the only thing I need is a source. So the AI got created because the AI demand creation. You understand that? It's almost like, oh, nah, I'm not going to, oh, no, not going to do that one. All I'll say is, it's the time machine effect of the thought, making sure that the thinker thinks the thought that helped create the thought. Can't remember the name of that movie, but there was this movie where, and there's documented cases of this in other movies too, where the guy, he was a time agent. He went back in time and got his mother pregnant to make sure that he got created. But see, when he went back in time, he wasn't himself. He was the identity of somebody else in that time period. But he knew what he was doing. He knew that he wanted to be born in the current time that he left. Predestination. Thank you, motherfucking thank you. You understand what I'm saying? That's the way a thought works. The thought is already ahead of the thinker because the thought already has the power of source. So since the thought already has the power of source, the only way that thought can make sure that it stays in business is by teaching source how to fucking think. This is the realm of thoughts. You are already trapped in a matrix of thoughts that only want their survival by making sure that you ensure your destruction, but you think you live in scarcity. So you created a world of scarcity where all your power belongs to what you think. Oops. The master fucking manifester is the manipulator. The fucking wizard. What's the wizard in this realm? Your thoughts. By the way, in my cards, this is me. See, my beard used to be kind of long like that. Not that long, but somewhat. This is the wizard card. The king of fire. Whoever rules over your energy tells you how to create. I can get you to manifest off of how I'm burning you. Holy shit. What do you mean how you burning me? I've already tricked you into giving me your energy. What do you mean trick me into giving you energy? You're going to birth me in plentifulness. You're going to need a thought to create a thought, and you're going to need a thought to cancel a thought, which means the thoughts are already everywhere. But if the thoughts are everywhere, where am I at? Shh. I'll help you find you. You'll just star in everything that I help you create. But why am I creating it? So that you can learn who you are. The Akashic lie. Learn who you are by becoming apathetic to what you were. Cosmic jerk off. You become something else because you were apathetic to what you were. Didn't see yourself as enough. Pull yourself apart. Created a motherfucking trick. Created a motherfucking trick. And manifest that motherfucker. Hello world. But what's the reflection of the world? The ritual that runs it. The reflection of 21 is 12. The hangman. What do you mean the hangman? Motherfucker, you hung up here. And we ain't talking about a lynching. We talking about you hung up. This is a sexual fucking experience. This is sexual asphyxiation. You can't use your voice. Why can't you use your voice? Because something else already got your power. Holy shit. This is a motherfucking hag ride. This is, what do you call that shit? Sleep paralysis. Remember, a lot of spirits call this the great sleep. This is sleep paralysis. You are asleep and you can't save yourself because you can't use your voice because you already gave your power to your thoughts. And you can't. Help me. Help me, Jesus. Help me. All right, let him free for a little bit. Let him free for a little bit. He think he's safe. But I'm going to come back and get him again tomorrow when I want some more energy. This is a motherfucking hag ride. This whole existence is a hag ride because you hung up on trying to use your voice, but you can't speak. Your voice. In the beginning, there was a word. Shh. You ain't even began yet. You ain't even began yet. You ain't even began yet because you too busy falling for the trick. You going down all the cross worlds that's going to pull you apart, and you trying to find plentifulness and scarcity. But it's your free will. It's your free will to keep giving your energy to what's aggressing you instead of figuring out how to get created. How do you get rid of a hag? Figure out how that motherfucker got created. You know what? All this shit is an aspect of me and separation. Even when they don't remember it. So maybe if I stand in the remembrance that, holy shit, I am the source of all this shit in fragmentation, should stand in my motherfucking wholeness. And then that shit can't pull me apart. Then you ride the hag. Fuck that motherfucker well too. It's a ritual. It's your free will to keep falling for the trick of scarcity. I'm not enough. I need something to save me. Or it's your free will to realize, holy shit, I am the source of all this shit. But to be fair, I'm the source of all this shit. I don't need to give it my energy. You can fuck with it if you want to. That's your free will. Or I can stay the source. See, it's your free will to become the fool by dealing with shit that ain't got nothing to do with you. Or you can stay the source and hold yourself together. And then watch all that shit fall apart. Everything's an illusion. Separation is an illusion. Identity is an illusion. I identify as a goat. Bah. Is that real? But it's a thought. It's still a fucking illusion. You identify as who you are this time until you hit the well of forgetfulness and reincarnate, and then who you identify next time makes this time a fucking illusion. It's just a past event. Just a past event in the emanation of energy called experience. But was it real? To you, yes. To a lot of things, nah. It's just a thought. It's just an illusion. It's just a perspective. Within an illusion, there is no reality. That will be the first place a lot of y'all need to start. There is no reality here. It's just the illusion. It's just the perception of the perspective that you allow yourself to have faith and believe in that becomes your discernment. And you can have high discernment because my intuition told me, no, your traumas taught you. For you intuitive types, most of your intuition is only based off of the traumatic experiences you've been through. And they're just trying to make sure that they don't get caught up in them. So they give you a higher way out. It's just elevated fucking ego. That's all fucking intuition is. Elevated ego in the mind that practices separation. It's a ritual. Why? Because 1 + 2 becomes 3. It's a fucking ritual. It's your thoughts. The thoughts become the creator here because the only thing created in the realm of thoughts is thoughts. Everything else is just the intentions, perception, identification, energetic investment, and value of what you think it is. You only think here. You only think. Thoughts communicate and create, and then the thinkers get lost in the movement. Divine amnesia. AKA the great sleep. You're only here following where the thoughts lead you. Trying to get out of scarcity by learning which thoughts take you from you. But the thought ain't gonna never take you back into you. It's gonna only take you further into it. Oops. There's that 7 in reverse. It's only going to help create more chaos for you to keep on trying to place order on. But you're only going to keep on ordering. In order to cancel chaos, you have to create order. What does the thought want? Creation. So as long as the thoughts give you things to have to go through, the thoughts already guarantee work. And the thinker is never guaranteed stillness. Just still a mess. If that makes sense. So 211, it's a portal. You're right, it's a portal. It's a 22. It's your choice. It's your choice to keep connecting to what's going to move you, or it's going to be your choice to connect to what's going to give you stillness. The whole trick was, both of them are a lie. This one can move you, but it can only move you if you won't keep still. This one can't save you. Only you can save yourself if you keep still. And I don't mean keep still as in I ain't going to let nothing move me. I mean keep still and figure out why I keep going. That's where a lot of y'all get lost. Stillness means I ain't going to do nothing. No, stillness means sit down, be still, and honor awareness. Before I make a choice of motion, I need to figure out what's this going to cost me. Now, you just got to trust in the universe, because the universe is you. The universe is in reflection of your choices. If you didn't make a choice before you chose, then you only get the fucking results of what you thought. So your 22, the spiritual journey should be you. Or else, you 22 in yourself. You shooting yourself. You shooting yourself. That too will help you create struggle. 28. And that'll become your motivation. This is the queen of waters. The voice in your head. The siren. The voice in your head will tell you what to think. And once it tells you what to think, it's already got all your power. Without even using words. I guess though. So, be careful. But just be you. And for all of the eternal heaven's sake, unlearn that bullshit y'all think y'all know. Especially if it ain't getting you to where you want to be. You have to let your life tell your tale. I wish you well. Wholeness.